You've been moving, but it still feels like you're behind. Not because nothing is happening, not because you've done nothing, not because you've given up. It feels that way because something in your mind keeps rushing you. Like there's a version of your life you were supposed to have reached by now. A version where things feel clearer, more stable, more decided, more together. And every time you pause, it feels like you're losing time. You might notice this in small moments. When someone your age posts an update, when you hear that someone has figured something out, when a conversation turns to progress, milestones, plans, and suddenly, your own life feels slower than it did 5 minutes ago. There's someone, let's call her Maya. She's doing her best, working, trying to figure things out, holding things together in the ways she can. From the outside, she looks like someone who is moving. But inside, it doesn't feel like movement. Because in her head, there's a quiet timeline running all the time. By now, she thought things would feel clearer. By now, she thought she'd be more settled. By now, she thought she'd be less uncertain than this. So even when she does move forward, it feels less like progress and more like catching up. And that changes the emotional tone of everything. A simple delay feels bigger. A slow season feels threatening. Rest starts to feel irresponsible. A quiet day feels like proof that she's falling behind. You may know that feeling. You sit down to rest, and your mind refuses to let you enjoy it. You try to be present, but some part of you keeps saying, you should be doing more. You finish one thing, and instead of feeling relieved, your mind jumps to everything that still has not happened yet. And this is the part that quietly wears people down. It is not just the pressure to grow. It is the pressure to grow on time. And that pressure is rarely neutral. It has emotion attached to it. Fear, comparison, shame, panic. The feeling that if you do not get there soon enough, something about you will mean less. And if you stay with that for a second, you'll start to notice something important. That timeline you've been chasing was never clearly yours. Some of it came from what you saw growing up. What a successful life was supposed to look like. What age certain things were meant to happen. Some of it came from what people around you value. Security, marriage, status, momentum. Some of it came from what you see every day. The polished updates, the announcements, the visible wins. And over time, all of that becomes a clock in your mind. A silent one, but relentless. And then, one day, you stop asking whether the clock is true. You just start measuring yourself against it. That is why this feeling can be so intense. Because you are not only living your life, you are also grading it. And when you live that way, nothing ever fully lands. Progress feels late. Movement feels small. Rest feels dangerous. And uncertainty feels like failure. But here is the shift. You are not behind. You are measuring your life against a timeline that keeps moving and was never truly designed for you. That is why it never feels like enough. Not because you are not doing enough, but because the standard is borrowed. And borrowed timelines create borrowed urgency, which means a lot of the pressure you feel is not actually coming from your life. It is coming from the way you are interpreting your life. So just for a moment, you do not need to catch up. You do not need to sort everything out tonight. You do not need to force an answer. You do not need to become more impressive before you are allowed to exhale. Just pause. Let your shoulders drop a little. Not perfectly. Just enough. Let your jaw soften. Let your breathing slow down slightly. You have been holding more urgency than you realize. And your body has been carrying it for you. So take one slow breath in and one longer breath out. Again. In. And out. Nothing is chasing you in this moment. Nothing is running out right now. Nothing is asking you to prove where you are. The timeline you've been feeling is not happening here. Right now, you are exactly where you are. And for this moment, that is enough. You do not need to solve your life tonight. You do not need to become certain today. You do not need to be ahead. You just need to be here. Breathing. Settling. Letting your system remember that rest is not the same as failure. And when the pressure quiets, clarity has room to return. Not all at once. Not dramatically, but gently. The kind of clarity that does not come from rushing harder. The kind that comes when you stop chasing a life that was never meant to be copied. You are not behind. You have just been moving under pressure. And pressure distorts time. So right now, you are allowed to put the clock down. You are allowed to stop measuring. You are allowed to be here, without turning this moment into proof of anything.